Freunde, damit herzlich willkommen bei eurem Tjulfar. Wir schauen uns heute die FNAF-Story erklärt in 10 Minuten an. Wie man das alles in 10 Minuten fassen will, weiß ich nicht genau. Deswegen schauen wir uns ja auch das Video an. Das ist, glaube ich, auch ein bisschen auf lustig gemacht und ziemlich krass zusammengeschnitten. Ich bin gespannt, was wir Neues lernen. Lasst auf jeden Fall einen Daumen nach oben hier auf das Video da. Abonniert gern den Channel hier, falls ihr das noch nicht gemacht habt. Hier auf dem Clips-Channel kommen jetzt jeden Tag neue Videos, wo wir uns solche Videos wie das hier ansehen. Deswegen definitiv abonnieren und wir gehen direkt rein ins Video FNAF Lore in 10 Minutes von Croc. Könnt euch auch gerne das Original ansehen. Let's go.
Ready, go. A guy named William moves from England to a small town called Hurricane with his wife and 3 kids.
William zieht nach Hurricane mit seiner Frau und seinen Kindern. Notiert.
Small town that he meets a fella named Henry, who has his own kids, and Henry and William become good friends. They decide on a business venture to open up a family diner that sold cake, and with the main attraction being these 2 animatronic suits that can either be an animatronic or can spring lock into suits that humans can wear. Keep that in mind, it'll be important later. Henry wore the Freddy suit.
Also, ne? Anzüge mit Animatronics oder Menschen können die Anzüge anziehen, wenn Springlock-Anzüge sind.
William wears the Bonnie suit. Fellas, business is booming for Fazbear's Family Diner. So
Läuft
much so
gut.
that they open up another branch called
Geld
Freddy
ballert,
Fazbear's
Geld
Pizza,
schiebt.
where he creates 4 new animatronics, Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, and Foxy.
Unsere
What we don't know
OGs.
about William Afton is that he's a crazed lunatic, an absolute psychopath. It is for this reason that it's assumed that Henry created an animatronic called the Puppet to protect his daughter Charlie from danger. One day in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Henry's daughter Charlie gets locked outside of the pizzeria. However, the puppet can't save Charlie as it's stuck in a box. And as William pulls into the driveway, he ends up murdering Charlie and dragging her into an alley. Once the puppet finally gets out of the box, it goes outside to
Puppet wurde erschaffen, um Charlie zu beschützen. Das wusste ich zum Beispiel nicht.
Only to find her dead. What happens next is that Charlie's spirit inhabits the puppet, so it's now possessed by Charlie's spirit, and Henry lost his only child.
Charlie's Geist ist ein Puppet, ja, das wusste ich.
Let's focus on William Afton's family. He has 2 sons and a daughter, but right now let's focus on the boys. The small one is Evan, and the older is Mike. Evan is scared of the animatronics, and Mike sees this as a wonderful opportunity to prank Evan.
Let's go.
On Evan's birthday party, Mike, the older brother, decides to put Evan near the mouth of an animatronic version of Freddy to give him a big kiss. What happens instead is that the spring locks on the suit fail due to the moisture of the tears, which ends up causing the animatronic to bite down on William's kid like a Big Mac, killing him. Thus marking the bite of 83. The death
the bite of 83, Leute, da war er.
Son was enough to spiral William Afton's mind into even more chaos and psychotic behavior.
Und jetzt dreht William richtig durch.
Children into the safe room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, dressed up as Spring Bonnie, from which he then kills them. But where would he hide the body, you may ask?
Hat 5 Kinder in den Parts and Service Room gelockt, hat den Spring Bonnie Anzug angehabt und hat sie alle erledigt.
Well, when Afton was designing the 4 new suits, he made a compartment specifically designed to fit children inside of the animatronics.
Genau, die Kinderleichen versteckt in den Animatronics. Crazy, 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 crazy.
No one was able to find any evidence. The puppet, witnessing all of this, decides to assist the children. But there's 5 children and 4 suits. Where would the extra child go? Well, the extra child was stuffed into the Golden Fredbear costume. So now we have 6 kids that have their souls stuck in animatronics.
Ja, 6
Shortly after, Afton
6
ends up getting
Animatronics.
fired from his own company, and the restaurant is closed down due to health violations. However, William Afton didn't stop there. After the closure of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, he decides to make a new company called Afton Robotics, and creates a new location specifically designed to murder children. But why, you may ask? Well, when Afton was murdering the 5 children, he discovered a way to become immortal, introducing Remnant. When the kids died,
Jetzt ist sein nächstes Ziel, unsterblich zu werden mit Remnant. Ja, Leute, wir sind erst 3 Minuten im Video und shit ist schon crazy.
Release this material called Remnant, which bonds your soul onto something. This is basically how the missing children and Charlie were able to possess the spirits of animatronics. He uses this information specifically to create Circus Baby, who was able to lure children in with games and then crush them inside of her stomach. So now we know that William's youngest
Circus Baby ist eigentlich nur eine riesengroße Kinderfalle.
child is dead, and his eldest is doing something not really important right now, but maybe later. Anyway, Elizabeth, Afton's
Mike ist
daughter,
erstmal
is here at this
uninteressant.
private party to unveil
Aber
the new location
Elizabeth-
in the franchise, until Elizabeth gets a little too close to Baby, and yeah, she gets folded like a lawn chair. Anyway, because of this incident, the Circus Baby Pizza World was shut down due to a gas leak. But rest assured, he still kept the animatronics open for rental. For what reason? Well, you remember this guy, right? Afton's only son? William, being
Michael.
the wonderful father he is, he sent his son to locate and free the soul of Elizabeth, who is trapped inside of Circus Baby. So now let's shift to the new star of the show, Michael Afton, who survives the first 4 nights pretty well
Michael in Sister Location
around
überlebt
the
alles.
4th night, where technicians are instructed to scoop out the shells of the
Bis
animatronics and
gescoopt
take the
wird, ja.
salvageable endoskeletons. This scooping machine also has some remnant. I wonder why. Soon enough, all of the animatronics get scooped, but they all combine their parts of their endoskeleton
Alle
into
werden
some weird
gescoopt.
megazord known as
Dann
Ennard.
kommt
On the
Ennard.
final night, our man Michael ends up finding himself in
dann
this godforsaken
wird
scooping machine,
Michael auch
and it turns out
weggescoopt.
Baby's true intentions were to scoop the living hell out of Michael's organs and make some room for Ennard to chill in there, like some
Scoop.
fucked up hermit crab.
Scoop, Scoop. Er wird einfach komplett ausgescoopt und dann wohnt
Needless
Ennard
to
in ihm
say,
drin.
our boy Michael gets
Heftig.
scooped like he's one of those strawberry sherbet ice creams, and all that remnant
Er
keeps
wird
his soul
weggescoopt.
alive, whilst Ennard makes his way inside of the corpse to escape the complex. Wait, wrong game.
Was? Er wird am Leben gehalten noch von dem Remnant? Das heißt, er wird gescoopt, aber lebt noch komplett, während Ennard auch in ihm drin ist?
Actually, we realize that Michael's body slowly
Was?
ends up deteriorating due to him being basically a walking corpse. A few days later,
Heftig.
Ennard ends up escaping into a sewer system, and just when you think our boy is dead, he gets reanimated
Ja.
back to life.
Ennard wird frei, Mike lebt trotzdem immer
Now that
noch.
Michael has freed Elizabeth, his new goal is to find William Afton. Fast forward a
Und
bit,
jetzt-
Michael isn't able to find his father,
Alter,
but
jetzt
while
will
all
er-
of this is happening, William decides to
will er
go to the
William
original
erledigen.
abandoned location to dismantle all of the old animatronics. William ends up
Okay.
snapping those fools like Lego bricks, but unbeknownst to William, he just awoken the spirits in a physical form. The spirits all gather up and confront William. However, in this
Stimmt.
safe room lies the very
Das ist ja jetzt noch einer der wichtigsten Schritte. Die Seelen der Kinder werden aus den Animatronics befreit. William kriegt tierische Angst.
suit that William Afton used to kill these children.
Und will
In an
sich
attempt
in
to,
Spring
I don't
Bonnie
know,
verstecken.
scare them, he puts on the suit and laughs mockingly. It was all
Ja.
fine and dandy until those spring locks on the suit got a
Und
little
dann
too loose. And yeah, William ended
lösen
up
die
getting
Spring
crushed
Locks
and
aus.
mutilated, causing a very ironic death. His
Er wird-
corpse just laid there
Er,
for
er wird erledigt, zerquetscht im Springlock-Anzug, stirbt und bleibt dann in der Location liegen.
a while until some fools decided to reopen the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise
Dann kommen wir zu Fazbear's Fright, also quasi FNAF 3.
as a horror attraction. They found the suit and thought, hey, this bloody animatronic suit seems to be perfect to put inside of a horror attraction for
Ja.
kids. When they do this, William decides to become alive again and stalks
Und jetzt ist William kein Mensch mehr, sondern Springtrap.
this area for a week. I say a week because after 1 week passed, the building was set on fire. The reason being unknown, but all that you need to know is that Springtrap, or William, is still alive despite the fire. It's possible it could have been Michael who
Ja,
set the
er hat
fire
das-
in
er hat das
an
Feuer
attempt to try
überlebt.
and kill William Afton, but we don't know. However, he didn't escape without significant damage, as now he has to repair himself a little bit. And do you remember Ennard,
Ja.
who escaped through the sewer? Well, Baby was ejected from this and ends up having to piece herself together into Scrap Baby, while the rest of Ennard dons a Freddy mask to become Molten Freddy. We've discussed
Ja, wow, stimmt, die teilen sich ja dann zu Molten
a lot
Freddy.
of characters in this
Yo.
video, but there's one that I haven't talked about in too
Crazy.
much detail. That would be Henry, William Afton's friend, whose daughter became the puppet. In all of this grief, Henry steps in to finally devise a plan to end it all. He opens up a new pizzeria under the Freddy's franchise to gain the attention of the roaming animatronics, including Michael Afton, who still wants to find William Afton. Mike ends up getting the security
FNAF
job,
6.
and remember, he still looks like his father here. Henry creates an animatronic to capture his daughter. The animatronic is called Lefty, and little by
Lefty.
little, Mike collects every single one of the animatronics into one facility, all according to Henry's plan. And on the final night, we finally get to hear Henry.
Ja.
He has this awesome speech that my words couldn't do justice, so by all means, check it out on your own. However, Henry's plan was to
Ja.
gather all the animatronics to one
Er
place
sammelt alle Animatronics in einer Location und brennt dann alles nieder.
in order to burn them, freeing their souls. He tells Mike, the volunteer, that there was a way for him to get out, but he feels that Mike might want to die here. Henry commits arson to the building, killing all of the animatronics ever, including Mike, himself, and of course, William Afton, where his soul
Scrap
is
trap.
presumably forever tortured by all of the animatronics. We finally get
Tja.
a peaceful ending, all loose ends finally tied together. How peaceful.
Das ist das
Until the
Ende.
next game comes out. This is
Dann
where
geht's
another
weiter.
company takes control of the FNAF games instead of Scott Cawthon, so there might be a lot of plot holes. But it's up to you on which story you want to continue or end with. Anyways, it said that before William died, he uploaded himself virtually onto binary code, and when they develop a virtual FNAF experience, Williams' conscious enters through code and now is in the
Das
virtual...
ist die Story in Help Wanted. Ey, ich bin so lost, Leute, ne? Also ich spiele FNAF schon so viele Jahre, aber ich kenne die Story ja auch grob, aber bis ins kleinste Detail nicht. Dass Springtrap sich natürlich sein Bewusstsein hochgeladen hat, um Glitchtrap zu werden, das weiß ich. Und dass er dann hier diese virtuelle Version von FNAF heimsucht, ist natürlich turbokrass.
He's able to use his power to slowly take over people's bodies. William ends up finding a host named Vanessa to take control of, using her to create an alter ego called Vanny, which William can take control of. Shortly after, a new FNAF mall is created. God, these guys really need to stop making FNAF branded things. And to go figure, in this mall, 9 children are missing. Our main cast is the glam rock series of Chica, Freddy, Roxy, and this alligator who apparently jumped the living hell out of Bonnie and killed him. All you need to know is that these animatronics are in some way controlled by William Afton. Anyway, Glamrock Freddy ends up malfunctioning on stage because he is exempt from being controlled by William and he spazzes out. He wakes up near closing time only to spot Gregory, some homeless kid who presumably thinks that living in a mall with robot animals is a good idea. Now, some people assume that Gregory is an animatronic because how his vision glitches when he sees Vanny. Freddy and Gregory work together and basically end up stealing parts of animatronics to make Freddy stronger. To do this, they throw Chica into a trash compactor, snapping the alligator Monty into bite-sized pieces, and then promptly commit vehicular manslaughter on a fox. They end up exploring underneath the complex to find a replica restaurant where they find the Blob, a creature that has the souls of what seems like many animatronics and... William Afton? I thought you were dead. Anyway, William wants to resume his favorite hobby, killing children, so that's the reason why he wants to control all of the animatronics, is just to murder children. But after an epic final fight, Gregory and Glamrock Freddy end up burning the entire complex whole, which probably won't work on William Afton. And right as William Afton is about to catch Gregory and Glamrock Freddy, William Afton is captured by the Blob to, I don't know, some other place now. As you know it, the complex ends up getting shut down, and that's the ending. We get a beautiful ending, similar to the one of Pizzeria Simulator, overlooking a hill with a lot of corpses, and this time, I can say for sure, all loose ends are finally tied together. Until the books and DLC release.
Ja, genau, bis das DLC rauskommt, Leute. Dann haben wir noch mehr Infos. Okay, crazy. Das ist die Story von FNAF. Die haben es wirklich gut in 10 Minuten reingekriegt. Wahrscheinlich gibt es noch viel detailliertere und krassere Hintergrundinfos, die wir uns bestimmt auch irgendwann nochmal reinziehen. Aber die Story von FNAF ist halt wirklich schon so extrem umfangreich. Ich unterschätze das immer wieder, wie viel eigentlich da drin steckt. Gerne eure Meinung dazu in die Kommentare. Daumen nach oben, Channel abonnieren. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Macht's gut und bis dahin.